This is Dr. Anna, and I want to talk to you today about post-traumatic growth and recovery. Remember to like and subscribe to the videos if they're helpful to you, and let's keep the conversation moving forward. And I want to talk to you today about using your intuition and how important it really can be, what a big difference it can make when things could go one way or another. Many years ago, I was working for an organization that helped young offenders. And these young men, these young boys, they were between the ages of 12 to 17, and many of them had really difficult backgrounds, and some of them had a background of violent behavior. My job was to work with the boys every single day, and part of that job meant taking them into the community. And one day, as I was taking them into the community, we had a full day out, and on our way back home, one of the young boys picked up a large metal bar. Right away, my job is to keep them safe and to keep the community safe as well. So I said to him, "You have to put down that bar. We can't take it back to the home." Now, when I said that, this young person became so angry, so enraged, so furious with me because I was setting a boundary. This was not coming across very well at all. Maybe it was in the tone that I used. Maybe it was something that he experienced when he heard it. One way or the other, I could see that it was going to lead to a very bad outcome, and I was scared. Well, as life has it, sometimes things intervene. Sometimes people intervene. And one of the other young men who was on the outing, and there were 10 of these young people on the outing with me, one of them stepped up and he said, "You can't do this. She's one of the good ones." Now, this was a young person who was very well respected amongst his peers. The other youth looked up to him, and so his stepping up and saying something made a huge, huge difference. But it could have gone either way, really. And that young man, he put down the bar, and he left it at that. It made me really step back and think about how this organization was running. Now, this goes back quite a few years, and at the time, the safety regulations were not as they are today. I had to do a lot of thinking about what to do, and I realized that I truly did not feel safe. And I made a difficult decision. The next day, I went in and I handed in my resignation. As hard as it was for me, I didn't have another job waiting for me. I didn't have other opportunities at the time, and this was one of my first jobs. So for me, it meant a lot. And yet I knew that I needed to walk away from it at that time, and that's what I did. And my employers, they asked me to stay. They asked me why I wanted to leave. They tried to convince me to stay, and somehow I just couldn't say yes. Well, tragically, about 2 months later, the same organization, a person who was in a very similar position to my own, was sadly murdered. Really, what I'm trying to say to you is, first, recognize that your intuition is a powerful thing. And if you have an instinct about something, I want you to really pay attention. So, 2, really pay attention if you get a warning sign, because it may be exactly what you need to hear. 3, understand that although this is where you are right now in this moment, there may be something really important and profound, a step that would never have happened if you didn't move forward from where you are today. And 4, trust that there is a next step. Whatever that step might be, you may not be able to see it today, but it's definitely there in your future, waiting for you. So I want you to just keep this in mind. Recognize that you can listen to your instinct and that it is an important piece of your growth and recovery. I hope you find these videos helpful for you. Let us know if you have any questions, and keep connected with this conversation about post-traumatic growth and recovery.